Sports Network. You're tuning into The Hook. My goodness, I've been gone one day, and I can't even talk. I can't even remember where I'm at.
No, it's 3 days. You had the weekend.
Well, oh, okay. All right. Well, it's good to be back with everybody here on Maz's favorite day, Tuesday. I'm your girl, Pilar Lassa. We've got Tom Mazaway. We've got DMac. DMac, you're also back.
I am. I'm also back.
You're
happy to be back. Good to see everybody. And
hey, Matt, thanks for this, by the way.
After playing. I saw
hey,
this.
you
want to
know? Hey,
Maz
nice? Almost re-gifted this in front of my face.
Stop.
To Fish, but Fish said, I have no use for that.
Well, I'm happy that
so I have 2 water bottles. I have one at home, and now I have one that I keep here, and I just stick with that. I'm the same way for everything.
Absolutely.
You know
and
what?
you don't want to be on
that
Maz's re-gift list.
I love that minimalist mentality.
Like shoes, I have 7 shoes, or probably less than that, like 2. And my parents want to keep buying me shoes. I'm like, I don't want shoes. I want to wear them until they hit the ground and then get more shoes.
Well, there you go. I like that.
I thought it's very cute.
I love
Can
it.
Can I ask what that is?
Can we zoom in on it?
Yeah, sure.
It's Can we zoom in on this?
DMac got that from the Rainbow Connection yesterday when he was
called
golfing.
the well, and
it's so cute.
Something religious.
It reminds me of the St. Clair Shores Saints hockey team.
Yeah, I know it does. That's why I wanted
really
to pass it along to you, and then you wanted to give it away like in front of my face 10 seconds after I gave it to you.
I just thought it would have been nice for Fish to have something to drink at her.
Well,
and let me explain this, because Maz said that I re-gifted him. No. When you get souvenirs from a golf outing in the to-go bag, you are allowed to gift those right away when not being used. That was not used. It had all the
100%.
paperwork inside of it. So that is technically not re-gifting.
Yeah, that was giving.
I am going to keep it and bring it home. My girls will love it. Thank you.
I think it's super cute. If you don't want it, I'll take it.
Now, we'll find room.
There you go.
Kathy will make them throw away an older one to keep this. So it'll be their choice.
Wait, what are you trying to make me feel bad about their older cup or whatever like that? I'll just remember again.
You know how many stadium cups that she throws away on me? You know how many stadium cups she throws away on me?
It's really pretty. It's really super
You know what? I used
cute.
to collect the 7-Eleven ones too.
Yeah, love those. I have to fight for my life to keep those things in my house.
Those plastic ones?
He's got to fight for the right to have some souvenir cups.
We're so off.
Souvenir cups.
We're gone for a couple days from each other, and suddenly we
Let's
don't speak
go,
the same
hookers.
You obviously didn't rehearse over the weekend.
No, you're right. I didn't. Well, Fish, it's good to see you back in the fish tank, in the fish bowl. We got Alex keeping us honest. Alex, I hope that today I'm going to keep you on your toes, right?
You keep me on my toes every day.
Today, probably.
If
more
anyone
than
ever
all.
wonders why it kind of takes a couple seconds for a commercial, it's because I wasn't on my toes. I was not ready. So.
Well, we got you to keep us in line today, and we've got Andrew. Manning all of our social media, so hit us up at Woodward Sports. Fish, what do you have for us?
Man, I know you're not a golfer, but I think you'd like Pebble Beach, even if you don't golf.
I don't want to get windburn like you did on your cheeks. Your poor little cheeks.
I know, but I didn't. In my defense, I didn't know it was even a thing until Monday night comes, and boom, my face is red.
You didn't put sunblock on?
Well, no one told me I was gonna get windburn.
Well, even though
I knew there was no. This is the sun. Where I got more sun here than I did at Pebble Beach, so I was like, oh well, there's no need to sunscreen.
Did you play?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I did. My parents would say I did great. I would say I did okay. I got 125.
A 125? That's what you scored?
That's great.
Yeah. So I did it from the white, so that's 70-ish yards.
You know what? DMac played with a pro today, Otto Black. He shot a 61.
Sheesh. What golf course did he play at?
Played at Lakeland today.
Nice.
Played at Lakeland.
What's the par?
What a great and when
it's probably 70, 71, 72.
What's the par at Lakeland?
72.
72.
Okay.
That's impressive.
Birdied 8 out of the first 9 holes.
What's the par at Pebble?
It's a
72.
good 72. Sure.
No.
Isn't that par everywhere?
But it's the
No,
yardage.
there's some courses 70. It's anywhere from 70 to 72.
Yeah.
Some of them are 71, some of them 70,
Okay.
some of them 72.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's
you know
a
what?
nice
You finished
course.
the round.
Well, I knew I was
That's
going
what
to finish.
absolutely. You finished.
You finished the round.
Yeah.
That's
No,
great memories.
it's a fun place. It's expensive as hell. It's too fancy for me, but it's definitely fun. I would go back. Well, maybe. I mean, I'm not the kind of money person, but
So what made you guys pick Pebble Beach?
My dad's been wanting to go for years. He's been wanting to take his dad, and he's been wanting to take his son, a.k.a. me, to go. And that's what we did. That was his thing for years.
You're his guppy.
And you had, and how many, did you guys just play one day on the course? Or
we played Pebble and then Spyglass the next day.
Played Spyglass?
We did play Spyglass.
Which one did you like better?
I think I like Pebble just because it's an open course. Spyglass, they only play it for the Pro-Am.
Oh.
So what did you buy? What souvenirs did you get from the pro shop?
What I got...
Because you're very particular about what you wear.
I don't even know if I got anything from the pro shop.
Kidding.
I don't know if I got anything I got items, but I don't know if they're from the pro shop.
Okay.
Items?
Yeah. Okay. I got a Pebble Beach jacket. That's what I got.
Okay,
There you go.
good.
Wear it tomorrow. I want to see it.
I will wear it tomorrow. Alex wins. I wear the Pebble Beach jacket
I thought you
tomorrow.
were going to get me a pullover from Pebble Beach. Didn't you tell me that?
I did not.
He did not.
I did not
They're probably
compute that in my brain.
$800.
Probably.
They're
Probably
probably
are.
pretty expensive.
They are expensive, and I was like, am I going to wear it? I'll wear it, I guess.
Steve on social media said, I'd be thrilled with a 120 at Pebble. I mean, I'd be thrilled to finish at Pebble.
And this is common sense, but you have to play 18. You can't play 9. But
Well, no, that's not
poor
common
thing.
sense because I only play 9.
well, that's common sense when you're at Pebble because it's so expensive. It's like, why not just play? I mean, I guess you can play 9, but you're paying for 18. So
What was the greens fee,
why not go the
Fish?
extra 9?
He doesn't know. His father paid.
They're probably $350.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Sheesh.
It's a lot of money.
That's the top. That's the top 5 in the country.
That's something.
It's a good time,
That
though.
has the history and all that stuff.
What'd your dad shoot?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably right around 190-ish.
All right, good.
Yeah,
But
see, you know what?
We had a fun time.
Fish,
That's all I was going for.
you're a good person. You're concerned about yourself, not about everybody else. That's good.
Well, no, I try to keep up with what everyone else got, but I was just excited to be there, just looking at the views, pissed that I got Windburn, which, by the way, I feel like it sheds more than sunburn. Is that true?
I'm not sure. It depends.
the what?
You probably he means he peeled.
Oh,
I
the
peeled.
sheds.
I felt like I peeled more with Windburn than sunburn. Again, I didn't know Windburn. Did you know Windburn was a thing?
I did.
Yes, I did.
I did. I just didn't know you would get
Thanks
it
for
there.
telling
But
me.
I'm surprised you didn't know this living in Michigan. I feel that if you're outside in Michigan during the winter, you're going to get windburn.
This ain't the winter. He was in California, but he
I've
was
never
near San
got-
Francisco.
I've never
so.
got Windburn in Michigan. Have you guys got Windburn in Michigan?
I have.
I mean, you can on the boat.
Yeah.
That's where I've.
Or when you're
On
out,
the boat?
when you're out
Get
shoveling.
Windburn driving on the boat.
Yeah.
When you're
I
out
did
with the
not-
snow fast and the
I didn't know
wind's
that.
hitting you.
It's good to know.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten windburn when I've gone snowboarding.
And I had hoodies both times. I just chose not to flip it up.
You go too fast
So-
in the buffet line and you get really bad windburn.
Thank you, Art.
Art
But yeah,
Smith
I didn't know
just said,
Windburn. I wish I
if
would have
you
known Windburn
go-
was a thing.
Art Smith just said if you go too fast in the buffet line, you can get windburn. I mean,
How would he know? He's a
good to
pipsqueak.
know. He says for
Oh, Maz knew.
Maz.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I'd hit the buffet. I hit the buffet whenever I see one. I love me some buffets. I will throw down on the buffets. That is for sure.
I doubt it.
All right, guys. Why do you say that? Have you not? You just haven't seen me eat. Well, you saw me eat one time.
There's not an organic buffet. It's just buffet.
Tom Mazaway
Buffet.
saw me eat one time, and I thought he was gonna die. He was like, "Oh my God, what is going
I
on?"
love grilled cheese.
I do
She
too,
eats.
Maz.
She eats. All right, guys, we've got a fun
know
show.
you like cookies.
I love cookies. It's great to see everybody back, our normal crew. It's great to be back. So, Tom, let's start things off with your sports update.
All right, brought to you by mybookie.ag. Don't forget, use that promo code Woodward. They'll match your first deposit halfway up to $1,000. You can bet tonight's game. It's the NBA Finals, game number 6 for Milwaukee tonight. Bucks up 3-2. They can close out the Suns, win their first title in 51 years. There'll be 20,000 plus indoors in Milwaukee. And the Deer District has been approved to have over 65,000 fans outside of that arena. So, and it's been a great sight when you see that, man. It's going to be fun tonight. They'll tip it up at 9 o'clock. Team USA heading to Tokyo. Zach LaVine not traveling with the team. He's under health and safety protocols. Americans open up pool play Sunday against France. That is, if the Olympics go on. Tigers and Rangers again
They
tonight.
will.
Tarek Skubal against Dane Dunning. The matchup tonight at 7:10. Mac's going to be there if you get there early, guys, you go to the. Are you at the beer garden, Matt?
I am.
There's going to be trivia with Darren McCarty, and most of our show is going. I think Jeff is going.
Jeff just dropped out.
Jeff dropped out because that's how he does it. You don't like the Tigers. So we got Alex. Who else you taking, Alex?
I invited Justin. And
good.
We have 2 people yet to be determined.
2 tickets. How about Andrew? You want to go, Andrew?
Baz, way to
Andrew?
go. Just give everybody...
Put him on the spot.
Just say yes.
You're not even going. So you can't give tickets away.
I know. I couldn't go.
Just say put him on the spot.
I got dinner with my uncle tonight. My uncle and my aunt are coming.
Well, ask your uncle if he wants to go. That's the two tickets.
Man, continue the update.
Okay. Anyway, DMac.
There's the man keeping us honest, keeping
DMac
us
will
in
be
line.
at Comerica tonight. Get down there as early as you can.
The people
I think
really want to go there to see me.
I think he's there at the beer garden at 6 o'clock for some trivia. Of course, the game starts at 7. Last night, in case you missed it, 14-0 Tigers. Akil Purdue, a home run and 3 RBIs. Give that guy the Rookie of the Year, man. I love this kid. 2 hit, 5 RBI night for Miguel Cabrera. He moves up to 38th on the career hit list, 2,931. He's almost there. 69 hits away from 3,000. And how about the Tigers? 35-27 since May the 8th. So that's going to be fun to watch. They are playing great. Tigers catcher Jake Rodgers, the mustache guy, he's going to miss a couple of weeks with a forearm strain. So that's a little bit bad. NFL news. Matthew Stafford still does not have a running back. Cam Akers suffered a torn Achilles. Aaron Rodgers supposedly turning down a contract that would have made him the league's highest paid quarterback. And Lions rookies report to training camp on July 24th, just this weekend. They're going to go. The veterans will be there on the 27th, and the Lions will not hold joint practices with another NFL team this year. This takes us to this day in sports. Let's take you back to 1976. The great Hank Aaron hits his last major league home run.
Blasts his 755th and final home run off Dick Drago of the California Angels in the 7th inning of a 6-2 victory at County Stadium on July 20th, 1976. Aaron would reign as baseball's home run king for the next 30 years.
1976, man. 755, a magic number. And, of course, Barry Bonds passed it years later, of course, but there's a big asterisk next to that one. And for more on this day in sports, I'm going to go to my son,
Jesus.
Alex's edition. What do you got for us today, Alex?
Yeah.
Were you not ready for this?
No, I was ready.
Okay.
If you're a consistent viewer of Maz's update, you would know that he does happy birthdays when he's low on this day in sports. And a lot of the happy birthdays are for people that are out of my I'm too young for. I'm too young for a lot of things Maz brings up. But today is a birthday that a lot of people in Detroit should know of, and is the hockey player of my generation, second to Darren McCarty, of course. Happy birthday.
I'm really not your generation, but I mean, this guy's your generation. This is your wheelhouse guy. I'm a little older than that, which is sad.
Yeah.
But I'll put it. You get not quite a helmet sticker for that, but I noticed.
You still owe me a helmet sticker from last week.
Listen, you lost at it. You earned it back.
What?
You lost it again.
No, and then I lost
Anyways,
it, and then I earned it back in the
say
same
about
show.
me. Who's this about?
This is a happy 43rd birthday to Pavel Datsyuk.
The Magic Man.
Through the middle. Keeps on going. Datsyuk right in. Oh, relay stopped. They score! Oh, a Datsyuk indeed.
Just gonna take this
Mark
one
by Datsyuk scores!
Stupid. And this one I'm gonna make you look really
Look at this
stupid.
shake and bake. Pavel Datsyuk in the clear all alone. Oh, what a goal! Got it to Datsyuk. Moving right in. Oh, my goodness! Datsyuk.
Motoring in is Datsyuk. Datsyuk a backhander. He scores!
Doc Emmerich.
Controls to the outside. Shot one.
Oh, that's a great goal.
And Datsyuk trying to shake through the defense. Still the puck up for grabs. Right to Johnny. Scores!
With Datsyuk making great moves. Scores!
Kenny Daniels.
It's Pavel Datsyuk. He shoots. He scores!
Oh,
Yes!
jeez.
43 years young.
Wow.
The Datsyuk indeed.
Do you have other birthdays on your...
I do not. Go ahead. It's all
there's
you.
another one, Mike Ilitch.
Oh.
It's his birthday today.
Would have been.
Happy heavenly birthday, Mr. I.
There you go.
So
we wish you were here.
Sick hands,
Yeah.
sick hands, and all that stuff is like I tell everybody else is what do you put in to get out? Because Pavel Datsyuk and Henrik Zetterberg, the Euro twins, would be out there before practice, after practice, always trying different things, passing different things, playing one-on-one. So, yeah. I've had that done to me a whole bunch of times. It's just I'm glad that I was on his team, and it only happened in practice when it didn't count.
Hey,
Really?
how much longer do you think he goes? Because he's kind of starting to think about hanging him up.
Yeah, and Pav's one of these guys that I knew back. So 12 years ago, you know, and he was starting not to break down, but he's getting older. So I got to think that. He could. I wouldn't be surprised if he hung it up now. If that was it.
What is Pavel doing behind the scenes, like off the ice, like outside of practice, to get his hand-eye coordination to be that good, get his handles that good, to where he could pickpocket people like he did, or he can maneuver his way the whole length of the ice and score goals like he did. Is there anything?
It's talent. You know what? He's a big fisherman.
Really?
He's a big fisherman. So, there's something
In the wrist?
Yeah. Something to that, something
Patience.
to whatever else. That patience. Well, he has the utmost patience. You know what
you
I'm saying?
have to be a good fisherman,
Right, so
or even to just enjoy
Alex, to
fishing.
your question, I think that, and he's from all the stuff he catches, that gets a passion, and he's really good at it from all the different things, which wouldn't surprise me. But I think there's something that goes into it as far as patience, as far as the hand. I'm a recreational fisherman, so I don't know, but that's what he loves. Volleyball he loves too, soccer, stuff like that. So, he's a really cool guy. And the one thing about Pavel Datsyuk people don't really understand is that I wish I knew more Russian because how funny he is. And he'd just rip you, he'd rip you, and you'd know he'd rip you in Russian or just his mannerisms, and it'd be super funny if it was, you could understand what he said most of the time. But
that's funny because
his sense of humor is so just smart ass, dude.
Really?
And in a fun way, in a loving way. Where mine, comes off a little hard sometimes. Yeah, his
you see him on the ice,
Listen,
and it's like he doesn't even say anything. He seems like such a quiet, to himself guy.
Yeah, but to the certain people around him, stuff like that, you get to know the real guy, and he's a smart aleck.
Nice.
Yeah, happy
there
birthday,
you go,
Pav.
guys. Yep, happy birthday.
Time to hang her up. 43.
All right, guys, it is Tigers Tuesday here on The Big Hook. So don't go anywhere because that's what we're going to be talking about when we come back. Lots of Tiger talks. Nobody go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom Team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Start a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, guys.
Who did you read
Turn your
yesterday?
phone off, Matt.
Who did?
Turn your phone off.
That wasn't my phone.
I know.
That was bed number 6, by the way.
Oh, you'll stop it.
You know who did you read yesterday?
What are you talking about? Who?
Talking about the ding, ding, ding. Fish?
Fish was the Northwestern Tech and 8 Mile representative yesterday during
You
the show.
did us proud, man.
Isn't that
No
something?
wonder the bottle's a little more empty.
See?
Right.
Pilar was asking me that earlier.
I weigh them so I know who's been drinking out of my bottle. And it was a little light today. A little light.
Yep.
Fish.
Yep.
Fish is like, don't make your problems mine, Pilar.
Yep.
Well, I secret. I don't drink and I don't want to. I just pour in a glass, give it to other people.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Me too, Fish.
Me too,
You don't
Fish.
drink?
No, I never did.
Huh.
Me too,
Ever?
Fish.
Good for you.
Couple
Eventually.
drinks when I was a kid. Just a couple.
Eventually, after I drank,
I haven't drank since
I've had my
1985.
fill.
After
Yeah, I had drinks when I was little. I mistaked apple juice for vodka or something when I was a kid.
What?
I probably had vodka, which I thought was water. So when I was like 10 and I was thirsty and I wanted to drink,
He had a problem when he was 10.
Fish,
But now he's good.
Fish, what's your first
But it
drink going to
wasn't-
be when you turn 21?
Nothing.
Oh, come
Well,
on.
possibly like a Dr. Pepper or a Coke or something.
You're a pepper. I could see that.
But I will not have any
Get all jacked up on some Mountain Dew.
No, hey,
Drink.
I'm a Mountain Dew guy. Fish could be a pepper guy.
He's a pepper.
He's absolutely.
Next,
I do like Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is pretty good.
If
August
I
what?
drank a
What's your
soda-
date? Come on.
Oh, it's coming up.
Let's go.
21.
August 21. 8/21.
1 month
He'll be
from
21.
Turns 21. Oh,
Can't forget that
I
now.
can't wait.
Okay,
I
hookers,
hate
remember
you
that
guys.
date.
Ah, boy. All right, well, the show ends. by the
Let's
way.
go, hookers.
Yeah. So if I was to drink a soda, what do you guys think I would drink?
7-Up.
Oh, no.
Fresca.
Yeah, Sprite.
Fresca.
Coke.
No, you said 7-Up, 7-Up.
Yeah.
Sprite,
Root beer?
No.
Coke.
Root beer.
Root beer.
Tab.
Oh my gosh.
Tab. She's a perfect tab.
No, I'm not a tab girl. I am a sucker for root beer. I am
Really?
a real big sucker
Good.
for root beer. I probably have one once every 5 years or something like that. But oh my God, give me a root beer float.
Have you ever had birch beer? That's an outtake on root beer. It's more cherry flavor. It's delicious.
No,
birch
but
beer
I've
is
had
awesome.
not your dad's root beer, which
makes
is an
that?
alcoholic.
It's a Jersey, Pennsylvania thing.
Oh.
But you can have it right out of the tap. It's
Wow.
so good.
No, but some
I
good
love
old root
grilled
beer.
cheese. Fish, you would
I'm
love
a sucker
birch
for
beer.
that.
It's a soft drink.
Beer, so I don't.
No.
drink
No,
it.
no, it's
soft
not.
drink.
Okay.
It's
like
a
root beer.
soda.
I'm also not a huge soda person. I mean, I'll drink it, but I haven't had soda in 3-4 months.
Hey, Mikey
probably.
TikTok just got his hair done. Alyssa
He
took
did.
care of Mikey TikTok.
Well, he's a TV star now, and
Yeah.
EpEcenter 10 o'clock's here
I know.
every weekdays on Woodward Sports
10
Network,
o'clock.
doing a great job.
The EpEcenter.
Yeah.
That's not how you
Make
say
sure
it.
you're
I know it's an
catching it.
epicenter. I know.
All right, guys.
But it's got the
let's-
big E in the middle, okay?
It does have a big E in the middle. You're right.
Let's get. Can I just point
Onions.
out? How come is it that yesterday, when we weren't here, you all were so much more focused.
Because we had guests.
Yeah, we had
choice.
guests.
You had no choice but to keep things in line. I just want to talk about some Tigers. I just want to talk about Cade Cunningham.
That's the whole
I
game.
mean,
Cade
yeah.
Cunningham at a 14-0 drubbing.
And we're talking about root beers and 7-Up.
It's
and
good.
IBC
mean,
root beer is
what the
really
people,
good, too.
tune in
No, that's
for.
legit.
Dad's root beer was.
Look at the
was
comments
good.
are going off about their favorite sodas now. Burners,
Dude.
Fago.
Hey,
Burners,
Fago.
oh my gosh. Let me tell
I
you what
can't
I
drink
Fago
Vernors.
Moon Mist, right? Fago Moon
Rock
Mist.
and Rye.
That's
Rock and Rye.
number what?
Rock and Rye is the best Fago.
No, Moon Mist.
Fago, Fago. My husband just ordered a candle that was a Fago.
Smell?
Oh my gosh! Every single time I go by it, I'm like, God, it smells so good. He's like, that will remind
Fireworks
me of.
Fago tastes
Somebody
just
said
like
mango
a bomb pop.
Pepsi. I didn't even know that they had this. I didn't even know some of these sodas that I'm seeing out here, but. This Werner thing. I went to a Thanksgiving dinner at my husband's family's house when I first moved out here. And oh my goodness, somebody had infused the ham with some Werners. Oh my gosh.
My wife cooks the ribs in Werners.
Oh my God, that is the best thing ever.
I'm not a Werner's guy. I like ginger ale, but I'm not a Werner's guy. I know it's a Michigan thing.
Do you like
I wish
Seagram's?
I liked it, huh?
You like Seagram's?
Of course.
Okay.
Seagram's right across the water.
I
Across the
lived
river.
off of Seagram's when I was on the plane from Maui, just because my stomach was so upset.
Yeah,
for,
ginger
the
ale
plane.
is supposed to
Yeah.
calm your stomach down a little bit.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, how was the plane ride? Was
I don't
it?
think that that's
Oh, it was
true.
awful.
But
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Did you have nonstop, or you had the?
No,
weren't
I had a
properly
layover.
medicated.
Okay.
Plane
Yeah,
rides are fun when you
Alex.
know how to take them.
Yeah.
oh my
By the way,
goodness.
speaking of planes, does anyone know how to sleep on a plane?
No.
I
I
sleep
do.
like with your eyes closed.
Other
With
than
your eyes
taking
closed.
weed, how do you, or medical CBD, how do you sleep on a plane?
Stay woke, yo.
Does
Well,
it
no, I fall
involve,
asleep on a plane.
DMac, does it involve medical?
Putting your head down?
CBD?
Well, I mean, I used to when we flew everywhere and stuff like that. I can go out like that.
Yeah, me too. I'm a
It's better with a window
on-demand
seat.
napper.
You have a pillow. You need a. That's the one thing too. It's a little different when you're flying private and you have a seat that
Any
you can go
snorers
back
on
to.
that flight?
Any what?
Snorers.
Well, he wouldn't know because he's out.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I was.
figured
I
you
wasn't
had
a snorer.
somebody.
My. This is what it would be. Is that Charlie and I sat at at the back, and the plane guys, the pilots actually they took the screw because it's not like the regular plane. There's actually storage behind the back seat. It's not against the wall, right? So there's actually room. So they had it so my seat would actually go down to almost like a bed.
Sweet.
I'd get on the plane, eat after if we're flying out as guys were coming in for practice, we're going to Chicago or something like that. Eat.
Anybody try to get that seat before you?
What?
Anybody try to get in that seat?
No, I earned it. That was my seat. No,
I understand that.
Everyone knew that was DMac's seat?
No, exactly.
I'm like Nick on our social media who wrote that he's actually just passed out sometimes and has been asleep through takeoff and landing. That is me.
Yeah.
Sometimes, oh my gosh, I love a good
It's the same
flight.
thing as I think if you can sleep in a car. You know, that's why it's like you mentioned, Pilar, with your kids. Sometimes, take them on a drive to put them to sleep. That makes them good travelers.
Yeah, I agree.
What's your tips to sleeping on a plane then?
I just go to sleep. You just close your eyes and just go to sleep.
It's easier said than done, Pilar.
Well, yeah, exactly.
No, it's not.
It is.
Are you a window or an aisle girl?
I'm a window because I like to put my head on the window.
You put your head on the window?
Oh, I clean it.
I know.
I clean it. I mean, listen, I was wearing masks on planes. That's right, man. Y'all stay woke. I was wearing masks on planes and sanitizing everything before
I could imagine.
it was cool to do that.
So, Fish,
it's not cool to do it.
Get yourself one of those eye things, or you gotta remember it's gonna be chilly,
masks?
or you get a hoodie, right? A hoodie you can pull down, but you want to get something so you're comfortable.
But I want to know where I'm putting my head. Am I putting it on the back? Am I putting it on?
Well, if you're on the window, you can move to lean, and you're smaller to lean on the side. If you're in the aisle, then you're most likely got to lean back and sleep like that. Or some people put their tray table down and then lean on it, like when you used to fall asleep at school.
That's how I fall asleep.
I'm sure, and their plane headrests are terrible.
Go where the carry-on
you know,
is
it's supposed to be
them.
leaning, like the cars are like leaning back slightly. Well, the plane is like.
So Cade Cunningham was in Detroit last night.
He was?
Thanks, Alex.
No
Did you guys hear about that?
You know what that
Sorry,
means?
Fish.
I'll take full responsibility for that, dude. I just wanted to know how to sleep on a plane because I struggle with it.
Listen, unfortunately, I don't.
So these three kids are walking down on Brush Street by Comerica Park. And who do they run into? But the number one draft pick that's going to come here to Detroit. His name is Cade Cunningham. Why was he in Detroit? Because he visited the Pistons yesterday. So we know officially he was here yesterday. He sat down with the Pistons. And his agent said when that draft lottery went up, he said he'll only visit the number one pick. Whoever had the number one pick, that's who he's going to visit. So this is going to be his only visit. Am I correct on that, Andrew? Put Andrew's mic on. Am I correct on that, or is he going to visit the top three?
I can tell you
teams?
you're correct, man.
It's the Pistons.
Just the Pistons.
But it was
Sorry,
ironic
Alex.
how yesterday the Tigers played the Rangers, and he's from Arlington.
Really?
Yep.
What hat did he have on?
He wore just a Nike T-shirt.
Okay, so no Tiger hat, no Old English D, or no Texas T.
No, in the video though, like of him, like when they started screaming, "We want Cade, we want Cade."
Don't ruin it. I got the video.
Oh well, I just ruined it for you.
Why
I
you
guess.
ruining it? Wait a minute. Before you open your mouth, it's 11-0 at this point, and listen to Comerica Park. Don't pretend you didn't hear Andrew. Look at that. Look at that. He was enjoying himself. Yeah. Looked like he was in the Champions Club.
Yeah.
Which,
how would you know, Maz? You spend a lot of time there.
At
the buffet.
Thank you, Drew. Uncle Drew, thank you. Yeah, but that looks like right next to Drew's seats, matter of fact. Wonder if Drew was there. Anyway, he was there. Go ahead, Andrew. I won't say I digress. Go ahead.
Something cool, like it was like, hey, like when he started like little dancing, start chanting, I'm like, hey, like he actually wants to be here. Like someone that's in the NBA finally wants to be in Detroit. That's not like a free. That doesn't get traded.
Isn't that
right.
We had Rod Beard on yesterday and Terry Foster, and I asked Rod, who covers the Pistons, I'm like, do you think there'll be an effect of him coming here, playing with the kids that are there now? And he thinks that within a year, what did he say? One more year they got money? Yeah, Blake Griffin's money comes off the books.
One more year.
Next season. So after that, they will have a nice
they'll have enough room in the cap to get another big player, which probably with the Pistons would have to end up be a trade because most players in a small market, it's hard to get players to just.
I know, but he said because you got a Cade, you got Sadiq Bey,
people are going to be attracted to it.
Right.
Yeah. It would either be like a trade or a free agent, but most likely it'd be I would say a trade.
It's just fun to hear people in Detroit having a good time. Over the weekend, 30,000 at the game again. 30,000.
Wow.
I mean,
I saw my boy, former middle reliever Phil Koch firing the crowd up. He's a great dude.
Do we have that video too of Phil Koch?
No. Oh, listen to Andrew boss you around.
Sorry, Andrew.
You're good.
It's probably somewhere, but
that was cool too.
Yeah, it was. But a nice 14-0, another 14-0 beatdown yesterday. The Rangers have been outscored the last 3 games, 29-0. By the way, how'd you like to be a Texas Ranger fan right now? What do you got?
Oh, I found the Phil Koch video.
Okay, let's see it. This is from Saturday's game.
Oh, look at you producing.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Andrew.
It also allows Tigers to play a little deeper. Knock that ball down. Get the outside.
Let's go!
See the Tigers playing a little bit deep. Outfielders look like they're fairly deep. There's the
Phil Koch is into it.
Do you remember, Mac, when we had Jim Leland on and I brought up the 2014 game number 2 in Boston when who was on the hill?
Benoit?
Pardon?
Was it not Benoit?
No, it wasn't Benoit. It was the other closer. Still closing today. Anyway, we talked.
Not Fernando Roddy.
No.
Wilson.
No, the dude.
No. He's still pitching today.
Shane Green.
No, it'll come to me. Nonetheless, Phil Koch was ready to go in that game, and Jim Leland's regret was I didn't bring in Phil Koch. So, and there he is. They celebrated, almost like his second opening day on the weekend, which was nice. And we had Isaac out there with Easy and Kennedy, and they had a great time eating everything in the ballpark. It was it's fun. Tigers are playing great. And if they can get a couple more wins here against the Rangers, man, who knows? They're 8 games under 500 completely.
I think it's 7 now.
7. This is coming good. I know it sounds weird. Our team's 7 under 500. We're getting excited, but you know where we've been before.
Yes, I was going to say. I mean, we'll take it.
Yep.
We'll
AJ Hinch is doing a great job. So welcome to Detroit, Cade. In 9 days, we'll make it official. That's when the NBA draft is in Brooklyn. Let's go, hookers.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see the city get so excited over what's going to happen in 9 days. So keep giving us your thoughts on social media. You know we love to hear from you at Woodward Sports. You can also give us a call, 313-552-6322. So what is it that Good Morning Football on the NFL Network says that needs to happen in order for Matthew Stafford to have a successful season? Well, we're going to play that clip for you when we come back. Nobody go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Whoops. Maz was trying to re-gift this one too, but I won't let him. Why? Because it's Coast. Yeah, since 1919, Coast has been around for all DIYers, first responders, anything with these great lamps, and obviously my machete, knives, everything since 1919, like I told you. CoastPortland.com is where you go to check out all the great amenities that they have. Use WSN 20 for 20% off. And if you would like a free $100 gift certificate that I give out on Fridays, then anywhere that you hook, you hookers, hashtag how we coast, you can get a nice headlamp like Tammy did, or
let's
a knife
go,
like Kevin.
Hookers.
Doesn't matter. Remember, go to CoastPortland.com. to get your knife or your light or whatever, and hashtag how we coast so I can give you some free stuff. I'll make that a 2-minute commercial if I want. Alex?
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Alex, did you miss us? Do you wish we were still not here? Did you miss?
Oh, you were gone one day, Pilar.
So who hit that button? Was that you, Tom?
That was me.
Oh, okay.
That's to say, do you miss us? Are you happy we're back?
I miss you, Pilar. Yes. Welcome back.
Well, he was the one that was yelling at you, but I was gone.
I wasn't yelling.
Yeah,
But I just keep you on your toes. I just keep you on your toes.
Right. But DMac yells at everybody, so it's yeah.
That's right. Accountability.
Yeah.
It's too bad I didn't give my sponsor a read yesterday, so I thought I'd give him a little bit of
I'd rather
trouble
suck
today.
by myself.
I gave him a read for you.
Well, I understand, but
It wasn't the same, though.
Well, you
All
probably
right,
cut
guys.
yourself, too. You're probably playing with that knife. That's why the knife was out of the box, Maz. Did you cut yourself yesterday?
I didn't bring the knife. I only had the lamp.
Jeez,
That's
thank
good
goodness.
because you had the
Good,
knife once,
Jesus.
and it was
Last time you-
bad news bears.
I still have a scar
man.
on my hand from it. I think
mean,
it's a
I
crock
almost
of
got
shit.
a scar from it. All right, guys, let's get to some NFL roundtable. So, Good Morning Football on the NFL Network was breaking down Matthew Stafford and his expectations and what they said would need to happen in order for Matthew Stafford to have a successful season.
My girl, Kay Adams.
And if you think
Your girl.
that if you think
All the football, any football fans probably dig Kay Adams.
Yeah,
she's great.
You're right.
Yeah.
She's great.
Well, good luck to you.
I know.
I have no chance.
No, you weren't even in the hunt.
If you think Jared Goff
She
has
hasn't met me,
got
that's
any
why.
kind,
What?
oh my
It's because she hasn't met me.
No, it's not.
goodness, oh
She
my,
just needs to tune into one of the episodes of this show, and she'll
No,
be hooked.
she just- no,
she'll
she-
I
be
mean for
hooked.
sure.
She needs to know.
She'll be. All right, let's play this clip. Forget it. Let's just play the clip.
Easy. I like this thing. The Rams are going to play the
He
Jets.
has to go to the Super Bowl. Let me explain plain and simple.
Okay.
The trade for Stafford was a simple message to me from the Rams that said, Jared Goff was holding us back. Jared Goff took you and your team to Super Bowl 53. He is not enough to win you a Super Bowl. Ipso facto, ergo, what so have you, let's make this trade for a quarterback that can get us there. I think that if they do not go to a Super Bowl, this team will be heavily criticized. I think if they lose in the NFC Championship game to the Buccaneers, we're not going to take anything away from them, but will it be seen as a successful season for the Rams? Absolutely not. Go to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
I think that's fair.
NFC title game. Brady last series beats the Rams. Failed season for the Rams.
I would say...
I hear you.
I would say not a successful season. Yeah, absolutely. You got to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. You pulled this mega trade. You pull in all this talent. He has to go to a Super Bowl. That's the expectation, I think, among pundits, and I think it's certainly that at this breakfast table, don't you?
And definitely of McVay, too. I actually think that's right.
They're finally back in the studio, by the way. They've been doing it from home.
No, they've been out of the studio for a while.
Yeah, I've seen them from home quite a
Well,
bit.
I think that a lot of them vacation.
Maybe.
Yeah, sometimes
Maybe
they
that's
do it from
why.
home, but they've been back in the studio for quite some time now. But I don't disagree with that statement. I feel that there's a lot of pressure on Matthew Stafford. There's a lot of pressure on Matthew McVay, on Sean McVay. And if that little tandem there, Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford, do not get it done in LA, I think that there's going to be a huge problem. I think that here there's no expectations for Jared Goff. I think apparently
Well, what's a successful
Baligian-
season for Jared Goff then?
I mean, the sad part, I think that they're going to win 10 games.
Well, I'm asking you, what's a successful season for Jared Goff?
I would say if they win 7 games, he's had a successful
That's successful.
season here.
Okay, how about you, Mac?
No, I don't go by wins and losses.
Okay.
This year isn't about wins or losses because they could lose all 17.
Correct.
And he's got to show me something that they put, starting with the offensive line, the Hawk, Swift, all these guys, are they putting something in place? Do I see stability at least on offense and them working towards something? Do I think what I'm looking for, is he the guy I think he is? Right? Do I think that this is a great new start? And remember, I put that thing out there that he's going to be as important as Shanahan was to our team, right? So he's got to show me his importance. And I think that we don't judge him by wins and losses this year. We judge him by how this team executes, how this team competes, and if there's something there that they can build on. So to me, I don't know yet, Maz. It's one of those questions that you'll have to ask me during the season. Do I like what I see? Because that'll be, and then we'll add it all up, and then at the end. So I'm not expecting him to light it up, And the stats aren't the main key. It's more of the system, I think.
How about Stafford then? You heard what they said.
Well, absolutely 100%. 100% what Kay said.
He has to win or get there?
I think he gets there
to
successful.
Super Bowl. That's what they said. They need to get them to Super Bowl, not
they
win
said
Super Bowl.
they have to win the Super Bowl.
They
said no because Goff got them to the Super Bowl without no. Super Bowl is successful.
How about one playoff win?
He's set up for that.
He hasn't had one.
It's almost like he's moved there and not the pressure that it's given in your mind that he's going to win one game at least. It's can he do two? But like if he wins his first, will that propel him to win 2, 3, 4, 5?
Okay, now our next subject here, I'm going to tie them together. Cam Akers is out for the year. He tore his Achilles.
Tore his Achilles
Matthew Stafford doesn't have a running back again.
Well,
or does he?
He's got Darrell Henderson.
He's got Darrell Henderson, who was good.
Darrell Henderson, who can absolutely.
But Cam beat him out. He did. Cam beat him out in the second half of the year.
It was always going to be Cam's job,
right? Because he was drafted.
Yeah, it was always going to be Cam's job.
Was brought in on a trade. But I wanted to ask you, if Stafford doesn't win a playoff game, can you go back and say, well, he didn't have a running game?
No. Because they've got Darrell Henderson, and if anything, you know what?
Darrell Henderson's not a star.
But they're probably going to still go up. They're probably going to end up getting Todd Gurley. They're probably going to go after Adrian Peterson. There's still other options that they can go. But
still,
it's not
that's
a star.
no running game.
It's not. But I don't think that you can blame it on.
If they don't get a legit runner like that, where Williams is a great runner, but that's not a bell cow to carry the load. If they don't get a guy that
Le'Veon Bell's out there as well, and I'm not sure if he has it anymore. But what I'm saying is, I always said it here, Stafford never had a running game. Barry never had a quarterback. I mean, this is lion talk. Anytime they lose, which was always, we always had, well, that's because we didn't have this.
Right.
So now he goes there, and he doesn't have a running back, per se, a bell cow.
But the point is where the Rams are, all the chips in the basket, they don't care. They're going to go out and fill this void, right, of a running back with the best possible one that they can either trade for, one that gets cut, or if they, right now, at the beginning of training camp and the beginning of the season, it's not as imperative. It gets more imperative as the season goes on. So we'll see what the Rams do, but they have to go out. We've said this all along. They put all their eggs in the basket. They're going, this is it, this is it.
She said it. He got you there. Now this guy has got to win you.
Yeah, and I just want to remind, Nick is right on our social media. He said Stafford had a running game with Reggie. It's true. I mean, and I hope that that's not going to be.
Reggie wasn't a bell cow. No, he was a 1,000-yard rusher. Yeah, he caught out of the backfield. Terrific.
I mean,
they had a two-headed monster that year.
I mean, what do you want?
Joik and Reggie were probably the best duo the Lions have had at the running back position in the last 10 years.
But do you want a Christian McCaffrey? Is that what you're looking for? Somebody who's going to get
I'm just saying,
more.
If they don't sign, I'm going to tell you this: if the Rams don't sign Le'Veon Bell, that means Le'Veon Bell's done. That means he's got nothing because they're going to have him in, and if he don't show what he used to show, then you know that he's cooked because he is probably your best guy out there that doesn't have a job right now, or best old guy that was out there.
So there's other free agents that the Rams can get are Adrian Peterson, Duke Johnson, Deion Lewis, LaShawn McCoy, and Le'Veon Bell.
Right.
That's what affiliates are reporting. So
yeah, that's what we had. We had that tweet up. I'm not sure if Alex put it up or not, but we
didn't have.
We had that tweet.
We had it up, but
anyway.
Yeah. So there's guys that they can go out and get, but honestly, I think Darrell Henderson is going to be fine. I'm not too worried about it. I think that if he goes in knowing that the job is going to be his, and right now that's what all the reports say is obviously that he's the guy now. He's going to go in. He's going to train that way. He's going to be given the bulk of the carries. He's going to be given the workload. They're going to trust him with the ball, and that's going to be his job. And that is his job. That is his job to step up when their number one running back goes down. It's his job to step up. So I think that that's not going to be an excuse for anybody in the Rams if they don't have a successful season. But I do think that there's a lot of pressure on Matthew Stafford too.
Well, it seems to be gaining some momentum now that he lost his kid.
But that's also Sean McVay's fault as to why they're getting all that continued momentum on the pressure, because Sean McVay keeps boasting about his new shiny toy. Like, dude, just
they spent a lot of money on it. They spent a lot of.
Yeah, but Can't you just go celebrate?
I don't think he has to say anything.
Yeah, I agree.
No. What I'm saying is, even if he didn't say anything, they're going to put the pressure on him because they went out and spent a lot of money and effort and gave draft picks away to get this guy.
We haven't heard anybody talk about the pressure on Kyler Murray.
That's because he's a second, third-year guy.
Yeah, but there's pressure on him. Look at all the money that they've put into their team.
Yeah, but they've taken the pressure off him by doing that, putting Stafford in there and shining the right bell on there. It's giving the other guys that have to compete in that division a little bit, like Jimmy G. He's got to have a big year. San Francisco or whatever's going on with Trey Young, or not Trey Young.
Lance.
Trey Lance. Exactly. So it hasn't helped, but immediately in the NFL community, in the NHL sports, a big trade is made for the star guy for potential. Everybody's watching that.
No doubt.
Yeah. It's a benefit. I think this is a blessing for Kyler Murray.
Yes, it's a blessing.
Same division, same where the spotlight's going on. Mm-hmm. So
it's the best division in football, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
That NFC West.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep letting us know your thoughts. I like to see what people think is going to happen there as far as the running back situation. People saying Gurley's knees are bad. They think they're going to end up signing Bell or Adrian Peterson.
He's going to sign right before camp with somebody, but he's not the guy anymore. He's not the guy, obviously.
Of course. No, I mean, but there's I think that they'll sign Bell. Bell's a good one.
If he's good.
He'll be all right. But I think Darrell Henderson is going to be just fine there, honestly, in my opinion.
They have another kid that they drafted last year as well. So
yeah, I like what we saw out of Darrell Henderson last year. So keep letting us know your thoughts at Woodward Sports. All right, guys, when we come back, it wouldn't be right, I feel like, for us to not talk about Aaron Rodgers if we're talking about NFL talk, right? So
there's plenty more NFL stuff.
Yes.
Who?
Don't go anyway. You know, the guy that has us all talking
the Jeopardy
about
host
him
guy.
when he hasn't even said much about his situation himself.
Hold on,
that guy?
wait. Fish, remind me, the Jeopardy host, Aaron Rodgers, how did he sound?
All right, Paul, let's see how much money you wagered. You wagered $28,000. How much do you have left? $700. Congratulations, you have won tonight's Jeopardy.
I mean, absolutely, that's the guy I know.
Like
Fish, phenomenal job.
I would tune in to watch that.
I would tune in to watch Fish do Jeopardy.
He actually
in his Aaron Rodgers.
He actually did sound like Aaron Rodgers.
I want to sound excited.
You did a great job.
You were excited, weren't you? In your Aaron Rodgers
Aaron Rodgers apparently wasn't excited. I wanted him to be
Thank you, Fish.
exciting. This is Jeopardy.
Do you think Alex Trebek was excited? No.
Well, that's why Rodgers is purpose.
He's perfect.
Hey, little pompous.
You gotta be that way.
But Alex Trebek was legendary.
Both pompous. You got it, Mac. You hit it on the head. But we all fell in love with Alex Trebek.
Yeah, Alex Trebek was legendary.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, you'd fall in love with him if he was the boss of Jeopardy.
Would.
Well, I would.
But I still wanted to see him play football.
Jeopardy.
For the Packers.
All right, guys, so don't go anywhere. There's so much more NFL talk. Why for the Packers? Get them out of our division, dude. All right, don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Hey gang, it's Maz for Legacy Partners Insurance. Nobody really likes to shop for insurance, but it's something that you have to have. So why not go to a place that's been around for over 100 years and takes care of business? That's Legacy Partners Insurance. They're a local agent that knows the local insurance market, independent. So you're going to get the best deal. They're going to shop for lots of quotes, make the carriers compete for your business. They shop between 7 and 10 carriers for your personal, 50 carriers for commercial accounts if you need stuff for your business. They've been doing this since 1919, so you can trust them. It's a no-brainer. Give them a shot today, 586-209-4106. Better yet, go to our landing page. We have our own website for this, legacypartnersins.com /Woodward Sports. Got that? LegacyPartnersINS.com/Woodward Sports. It takes you right to a landing page. You put your name, your email, your phone number, any way they want that they want to get in contact with you. Once they do, all they're going to ask you is for your documentation, from your car insurance, your home insurance. Once they get that, they'll check it out for you at no cost and see if they can beat the deal you have. Give them a chance. Legacy Partners Insurance. Tell them Maz sent you from Woodward Sports. Whoops, I hate that one. 13 is no good.
Welcome back to
Why do I keep hitting 13?
On Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live from MyBookie Studios. All right, guys. We have to talk about this guy. We have to. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, thank you so much for giving us something to talk about, yet really nothing to talk about.
He doesn't talk.
He doesn't talk, right? Nope. This is the guy that every year there's somebody that somebody just talks about. We're just waiting to see what's going to happen. And this year, it was Aaron Rodgers. Never, ever, ever in a million, trillion, gazillion years did I think it was going to be Aaron Rodgers. But that is what we are in. So now the latest news is that the Packers offered to make Aaron Rodgers the highest paid quarterback and player in the NFL with a 2-year extension that would be tying him up with Green Bay for 5 years. And he said, no, thank you.
Nope, he doesn't want it. He don't want the money.
Clearly, I was going to say that clearly is he doesn't care about the money. And you know what? Good for him for not even making it about the money, right? Then what is it?
They did something to him that we don't know about.
Obviously, but then he says it's not about drafting love. It's not, he says all the right things that the coaches and the teammates and the fans, he says he loves love and he loved working with love, all that stuff. He's saying all the right things, but why can't he just say, hey, if I'm not happy, it's not what I want. And then just do what you want. If you are so blessed and so fortunate to be able to turn down the kind of money that would make you the highest paid, not just
So what are you saying? He should accept it because you want him because they offered the most money, so then that should solve it all. No, he's not obviously happy.
But that's what I'm saying. If he's not happy,
look for a trade. No, so he's given. There's obviously between him, the general manager, and whoever it is, that butting heads that don't agree. If you don't think it goes back to that call to kick the field goal, for whatever it is, that was the icing on the cake. Where he told himself, never again. I will never walk back. And trust me, when when a person and an athlete, right, that is in financial stability and knows his value and his power, he will be, this is Aaron Rodgers, because it's for principle. He's not the same person. He's obviously moving his life from Green Bay, where that's not what it's about. So it doesn't matter what the money is. He has checked out. So no matter what you do, this is beyond that. And it's like I thought it was along the way. If it's not about the money, which I didn't think it was, then he won't go back. So he's sticking to it, because if it was a money thing, then it would have been solved. But this is way deeper, and this is personal. And this goes to, he probably swore to himself. Yeah. Right. And I don't think it was one thing.
I think he wants a Tom Brady kind of thing, where Tom Brady brings his friends in. Tom Brady's having a good time. Right. He wants to have a good time and
he
still
wants to have
win.
the say. And it's not he wants to be in the conversation, and he doesn't feel like he is. He feels like employee, employer. Whereas Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay, out of the system. So if you compare the Packers to what New England was, right? Tom gets out and he brings all his friends and he's successful. And he's happy.
The difference, too, is that Tom Brady stuck it out. Tom Brady didn't make a big spectacle. He stuck out his contract. Everybody knew that he was unhappy. There was rumors that there was a feud between him and Bill Belichick.
But Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers are different people.
No, I get that. But so here, I almost feel that this says, I don't need the money, so if the Packers won't trade me, I just will sit out for a season.
I want to take you back to a play, guys. NFC Championship game, Mac. It's coming near the end of the first half. What does Tampa Bay do? Do they sit on the ball? Do you remember what they did? They broke the Packers' back. Do you remember what they did?
Yeah, they went for touch.
They threw that bomb to Scotty Miller.
Yeah.
Do you not think that he went, and then at the end of the game, the Packers, LaFleur, takes the ball out of his hands.
Sure.
Maybe doesn't call the plays he wants to call down there.
He doesn't have the authority that he believes that he should, being an MVP, being everything else. So he says, obviously, it's not going to change, so I'll change it. That's all it is.
And I don't disagree with that. I think that that's what he needs to do. I think that he is one of those quarterbacks, like a Tom Brady, like a Russell Wilson, that deserves to be in one of those.
You can name a few, maybe five in each sport that can do this.
Those are the three that I can name. Russell Wilson, in football. Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers.
For right now, and you would think that Patrick Mahomes would have
Patrick Mahomes would be, but he's still young. Like, for me to say, would I trust full-on decision-makings? No, I still think that Patrick Mahomes is going to need, his coaching system. But if you look at guys that I would say I would completely just trust 100% in what they wanted to make the decisions that they felt was going to be right, this is one of them. Like, I think that Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers could coach a team to a successful season. That's what I'm saying. They're in a very different elite of their own.
I want to remind you of something again.
Just do that.
That NFC Championship game again. Those two plays I just told you about. If people forget, Tom Brady threw 3 interceptions in that game. 3. He threw for 260 yards. 3 picks. They still won the game. You don't think that's going to stick in Aaron Rodgers' craw for the rest of his life? That was his chance. That team was a Super Bowl team, and they lost. They lost to a team that a quarterback threw 3 interceptions. 3 interceptions. And then the team takes the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands at the end of the game. Because that's the end. People nowadays
and I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm going to read something right. Charles on Facebook says, Rodgers wants to be the GM and the quarterback. I'm on the side of the Packers. Might make some mad, but Rodgers is the quarterback, not the GM. Now, I feel like a lot of Packer fans kind of feel this way. But let me ask you guys this. If you are, Adams, if you're anybody on his team right now and he sits for a year and then and gets traded next year, leaves next year, does whatever he wants, would you as a teammate follow him?
It's a perfect question because Davante Adams is not re-signing his deal. He's up to re-sign. That's why it's a trickle-down effect. That's why, yes, in the way that it's supposed to happen, right? You're supposed to go by what the pecking order in an organization. Obviously, that's not the way it is, and they better realize he's got more power because this is not going to trickle down to your quarterback. The rest of the team that has to make a decision, right?
Sure.
Davante Adams has come out and said that. Well, that's my quarterback.
Well, it sounds like Davante Adams, though, his contract is coming to fruition.
That's what I'm saying. So he's got to make a decision.
It sounds like he's going to sign. Andrew, what do you have for us?
Andrew, put your mic on before you put your hands up.
Sorry. Aaron Rodgers is definitely taking a page out of the James Harden playbook, the NBA playbook, where they're just not happy, they just want to leave.
Yeah.
The NFL, I don't think they like that as much because if a player is not happy at their place and they want to get out as quickly as possible, the NFL kind of like wings it off and doesn't do as much. So all these NFL players, it's going to be a trickle-down effect with more players like Rodgers. It's going to be he's just the first, and he's not going to be just the only first one. It's going to be more players like Rodgers who want to get out of their situations, and they want to say, hey, trade me right now.
Right.
And like James Harden did. He did that, and he didn't show up to anything. Then look what happened. He's on the Brooklyn Nets. So, I mean.
And he got fat. Right. Remember that month he got fat?
And he got completely fat. Yeah. So, I think you never know with Rodgers. I think, and then he could end up being in a situation like James Harden where he ends up on a different team a week or two before the season starts. So, you never know.
I mean, when you turn down the contract extension to make you the highest paid player in the league, clearly, that's not what you want. It's not money. It's you want to go somewhere else. And if they're saying they're not going to trade you, then I think he ends up sitting. I love what Jeremy said, even though he said he's just kidding. he said he retires, sits out his last 2 years, waits for Detroit to get all their ducks in a row from the draft, comes back and signs cheap to help the Lions win a Super Bowl at 40. I mean, wouldn't that be amazing? I will take that. Then he came back and said, just kidding, but wouldn't that be amazing? It really, really would. If he wants to come play for a team that would 100% appreciate him, that would be us. That would be us. But it'll be very interesting to see what he's going to do, because it's not about the money. Anybody who thought that it was about money or they can throw more money at him, it's proof is in the pudding now. I saw on social media somebody said that he said yesterday that he was going to be returning to Green Bay for the 2021 season. I haven't seen those reports.
No, there was a false report put out by Barry. I won't even say his last name. It's hilarious. He has a hilarious website.
Okay,
that was the guy that puts it in.
What I see is he's still not showing up to anything.
Don't read Barry's stuff, Pilar.
So, well.
Anyway, tonight, look for him at the Bucks game. Someone tweeted out, I would love to see Aaron Rodgers at the Bucks game wearing a Denver Broncos hat and a T-shirt that says Jeopardy on it.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, something, right? Because he hasn't said much. But for someone who hasn't said much, he sure does have us talking about him. That
you know who's going to be there
sure.
is Bakhtiari. I wonder what he's going to be doing tonight. They're going to be partying tonight in Milwaukee.
Double slam.
Yes.
Double slam for sure.
Yes.
David Bakhtiari. I bet you Aaron Rodgers is in that suite with him. Watch.
No,
yeah, but I bet you here's the question. If they show Rodgers, does he get booed?
No.
No
way.
I don't think he will.
No way.
I think that literally the fans are half and half. I think that
but
some
that's
people
what I'm saying.
understand what he's saying.
Are
and
you
going to
hear any boos? You're going to hear
like,
cheers, but are you going to hear any boos? That's
if
all
I'm saying. If I was a Green Bay Packer fan.
Because my point to the matter is, if he goes and as temperamental as he can be, he hears boos, that's just going to lock him in. Like he's one of, right?
Yeah.
I feel that, that he's self-awareness. So
there'd be no doubt, it will never boo him. Never.
Okay.
You don't think that they would?
No,
I
never.
don't know. Like if I was a Green Bay fan, I'd be like, come on, dude. Like you're just not showing up. Let us know what we're supposed to do. Heck, let us know what we were supposed to do at the draft. That's what I would have, like, if you knew what you were going to do right now, you're royally screwing them if you're not going to come back, right? They could have had this situation figured out by draft time and had it all fixed. But maybe he's thinking, well, you guys did have it all figured out when you guys drafted Love. So don't make your problems mine is probably what he's thinking. All right, guys, keep letting us know your thoughts on social media at Woodward Sports. You can give us a call, 313-552-6322. Hey, guys, when we come back, it's about that time to get to our qualifier. The big kick is going to be right around the corner. Our big promo, $25,000 kick for crypto. And
we got some Deshaun Watson news, so plenty more NFL news coming up.
More NFL talk. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to the newest Bridge Street Exchange, not only in downtown Fenton, now in the Somerset Collection. Located on the second level, south side, right next to Lululemon and Starbucks. This is where you can get all the hottest barware, or men's grooming products, or clothing, or, oh, that's what you meant. Don't forget they got some cool hats too, and there's a lot of great local Michigan-owned companies that you're supporting. And don't forget, all under $3. You're such a loser. But for real, take advantage, 15% off if you come in here. Tell Kevin that Woodward Sports sent you. Or stop!
What's up, guys? 8 Mile Vodka. DMac here, made in Detroit. It's not the what, it's the who and the people behind this. Beautiful, delicious, award-winning, sip cup award-winning vodka. Yes, distilled in 90-liter barrel batches so that it's carbon aerated and filtered for perfect taste like Pilar likes. So you also can enjoy it just as Pilar does. Go to my or any bar and ask for 8 Mile Vodka. But when you do, please drink responsibly.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live from MyBookie Studios. Hey, guys, make sure that not only you are giving us your thoughts and love on social media at Woodward Sports, but you are also downloading our app. You can find it in the Apple Store, in the Android Store. And, of course, you can always give us a call, 313-552-6322. You can go ahead and do that right now. If you want to be our qualifier for today, just give us a call, 313-552-6322 for a huge promo, $25,000 kick for crypto. And you'll also get your choice of either a Coast headlamp or a Coast knife. Or
and this Friday is our final.
Social media.
I would say, or you can do it on social media.
This Friday is our final. It's going to be at the Imagine Theater in Novi, outside in the parking lot. They're going to have our own spot. It's going to be in the Fountain Walk this Friday. It's going to start at 3 o'clock for all the people that have qualified over the last month, I'd say. And they'll pick the final 10 at 3:30, and those lucky people get to kick one in the back of the Jeep truck to win $25K in crypto. So you have a few more days here to qualify. So good luck to everybody.
When is the kick, Maz?
The kick's going to be at 4 o'clock live on The Hook. We will bring it to you live from the Imagine Theater out in Novi. So you guys are going to be out there. You're going to be live on our show, and we'll all be rooting for you. I can't wait to see some of these kicks. And Mac, I asked because Darren Hill, our good buddy, he can't kick. He's in a wheelchair. He's our buddy. And I promised him that you would kick for him, but I read the rules now, and you're not allowed to kick for him. So we need to find a kicker for Darren Hill in case he makes it to the final.
Ooh,
all right,
okay.
so...
Is that because Darren's part of the show?
He is part of the show, yes. So I didn't read the rules. That's my bad.
Oh,
so we will find Darren
a
shadow kicker if he makes the final 10. So congrats and good luck to everyone today.
And so what is our hashtag crypto? What's it going to be today?
You make it.
How about...
Tom Brady is the best.
Yeah, because it's Tuesday. Crypto Tom Brady is the best. He's the best. And then that will get you other qualifier and make Tom Masway very happy.
Okay, right in.
All right, guys. So while we're waiting for somebody to become our qualifier today, Tom Masway, let's get to our sports update.
All right, brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Use that promo code Woodward. They match your first deposit halfway up to $1,000. Tonight you have a chance. Are you going to take the Bucks and lay to 5? Are you going to take the over 222? Well, you can all do it on MyBookie. Tonight, at 9 o'clock, NBA Finals, Game 6. Do or die for the Suns. Milwaukee up 3-2 at home, and it'll be 65,000 strong outside of that arena, formerly the Kohl Center. So the Deer District will be packed inside, another 20,000 to see if the Bucks can win their first championship in 51 years. Will Aaron Rodgers be there? We'll find out. What up, Fish?
Can they ever, it's June, right?
Yeah.
Can they ever just decide
It's July, actually.
Well, okay, it's July. But normally the NBA Finals in June. You get the point.
Yeah.
Can they ever say, after we're going to play at, the newest football stadium?
You mean have the game at a football
So they would have
stadium.
the game at the Packers Stadium? Could they ever do? Because they've had outdoor games before in college.
I like where you're going, but I'm not sure they could depend on the weather.
Can they? I guess you're right.
Basketball outdoors, I guess, hey, that's what on the
played
playground you can do it.
They played them on ships and stuff.
They do the college final at a football stadium.
I like where you're going. You should talk to Adam Silver.
I should. I will dial him up right now. See, you have all the sports channels. I have all the commissioners.
All right. Okay. What do you got there,
Fish,
Andrew?
they actually had played an NBA game outside before. The Phoenix Suns, 10 years ago, I think, they played outside.
Good memory.
A preseason memory, yeah.
Preseason.
I think it was a preseason game. Yeah, I can look and see what it was.
We're talking NBA Finals
here,
here,
I'm talking
boys.
final and regular season.
Tigers and Rangers tonight down at Comerica. DMac will be there. He won't be on the hill, though. Tarek Skubal against Dane Dunning from Comerica Park. Darren will be at the Beer Garden starting at 6. He has got some Tigers trivia, so get down there as soon as you can. Congrats to Miggy. Last night in that 14-0 win, he got 2 hits. Brings him up to 2,931. That's good for 38th all-time in Major League Baseball. Jake Rogers down here. He's going to miss a couple of weeks with a forearm strain, so the Tigers catcher down for a bit. Eric Haas, of course, will do a great job in his stead. Detroit Lion rookies will report to training camp July 24th. The veterans, just 3 days later on the 27th. Let's take you back to 2009. Ian Kinsler, the former Tiger, was a Texas Ranger. He starts the game off with a home run, and he walks the game off with a home run. That's a rarity.
And he's been tough to hit, too.
Kinsler smokes one left center field. That ball taking off, and it is gone! Rangers on the board right away. Kinsler can be the hero right here. A drive to left. Taking off to the track at the wall. He's the hero! Kinsler wins it! Second home run of the night. Ball game. Rangers take it. 5-3.
I love it. And he would later be traded for Prince Fielder and others. He'd come here for the Tigers and do a heck of a job.
Heck of a job.
That was fun.
He's one of my favorite all-time ball players. He's a ball player.
He is.
Watch him around the bases.
You know, he's like a Robbie Grossman.
Yeah, he is.
That's
Absolutely.
what he reminds me of. Fish, do you remember? Do you
know
a
little more pop?
Do you know who that announcer was, by the way?
He's the Rangers guy. I don't know his name.
Well, he used to be a Tigers TV guy. Josh Lewin.
Okay.
I like Josh. He was always good. Liked him. Hey, we're going to talk about the Manning brothers coming up here in just a couple of seconds. But let's take you back since we're talking about them. And they're going to be in the news now because they're going to be part of the Monday Night Football broadcast, which we're going to tell you about. But let me take you back to, I love playing these ESPN commercials. This is one of my favorite ones. The Manning brothers acting up in Bristol.
Anyway, that's the control room. A lot of chaos there, but it all looks good when it comes out on the show, actually, thanks to those people. Then over here in the digital center is our highlight screening area. So that's where we get all the games that are played that night, down in a 90-second or 2-minute clips or whatever you're going to see on Sports Center right now. This hallway, it runs between, both rooms. If you want to get from the control room to the screening, then this is the hallway you'd take. Questions or anything? I can answer whatever you want about the place. Nothing.
Look at Peyton and
That was their
Eli.
dad.
And Archie turned
Amazing.
around. Archie gave him the stink eye. So we're going to talk about them right now, as a matter of fact. The Manning brothers. Did you guys see this?
I love this.
They're going to be part of the Monday night broadcast. They're going to have 10 games this year. It starts this year. It's a 3-year deal. They're going to be on the alternate Monday Night Football megacast, which will be on ESPN 2. So on ESPN, you've got Steve Levy and the guys, Brian Greasy, Louis Riddick, calling the regular game. Or if you want to see what the Manning brothers are doing, and they're going to have a host actually with them. They don't know who that is yet. I'm sure it'll be a woman. So they'll be on ESPN 2, which is going to be fun, I think. Mac, what do you think of that? It's kind of like national championship game when they give you all the different views of the game.
Yeah, and plus, if you look into it, they're big fans, celebrities, current players, stuff like that. They're going to, give a little bit of, I guess, that, lack of a better term, that bar feel, like sitting around.
Yeah.
If they're probably the fantasy, they'll comment. And I expect it to be funny. I expect it to be personalities. So I think it's great. I love anybody's checked that Peyton's production company, Omaha Productions.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to this.
It's going to be nice. It's a change.
A lot of fun. You know what? That's what I say. It's nice to just have change sometimes,
But it's on 2
right?
back-to-back networks.
Right.
All you do is hit the channel up to ESPN 2, and it's right there.
Yeah,
I
that's
dig
going to be
it, man.
great. I love it, too.
Mac,
I love it, too.
I just had an idea. The NHL is going to be doing. Maybe you could be on ESPN 2 doing something like this.
There you go. If they want to do
think?
NHL, that's a great idea.
All
man.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Forget just putting
Get
all
on
your
it.
eggs in the
Start making those
TNT
phone
basket.
calls.
Let's go here. And I got the perfect guy to do it with you, Gary Thorne.
Oh, geez. There
What do
you
you
go.
think of that?
Yes.
Anyway, I think it's going to be fun. A fun season. They're doing 10 weeks.
Think they
out
come
of
to
the
the
17
smoke shack
weeks.
and do it out of the smoke shack?
They might do that for
Maybe
you.
not ESPN.
Might
Maybe
do
on
that
a
for you.
I
maybe
would say,
YouTube.
I don't think that they can.
And look,
we'll
I
get
don't
there.
know.
We'll get
and
there.
look, just to show you guys that I don't like Tom Brady, and it's Tuesday. That doesn't mean that we can't talk about the SOB. He happened to be at the White House today with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I got to admit, he's pretty funny.
But we found our rhythm. We got on a roll. Not a lot of people, think that we could have won. And in fact, I think about 40% of the people still don't think we won. I understand. You understand that, Mr. President?
I understand that.
Yeah. And personally, it's nice for me to be back here. We had a game in Chicago where I forgot what down it was. I lost track of 1 down in 21 years of playing. And they started calling me Sleepy Tom. Why would they do that to me? So,
I feel like it's weird though when you have to turn to the president and be like, you know what I mean, Mr. President? Like, did you get what I'm saying? Did you get my joke, Mr. President?
Well, the first one, the president, absolutely, he jumped in and I get the joke, and then the second one, there you go too. He was almost sticking up for him, but
well, for sure.
Yeah,
he's a Trump guy. He's friends with Donald Trump, and I thought it was cool that he went with his teammates. He wasn't one of those prima donnas that stay home just because they didn't get the guy in the White House that they voted for. So
yeah,
I thought it was great. You know what? I'm starting to like this guy. No, I'm not.
Oh.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I can't even believe that those words even came out of your mouth. If we can get through football season and you actually do become a Tom Brady.
Well, he is closing in on retirement, so maybe my hatred is starting to wane a little.
I mean, I just don't understand why you hate great.
Do you know where we went to college, Maz?
I do. Ann Arbor.
Yeah. So you should.
I covered his games.
And did you like him there?
No. I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So you should just pretend that he never went to the Patriots and he went to Michigan.
If he didn't go to the Patriots, it would have been a whole different story for me. That's just, unfortunately, it's just the way I was born.
I guess. I mean, I feel like that's not right, though.
Well, you can't.
I feel like you should be able to.
You weren't born a New York sports fan.
I wasn't.
Okay, so you can't even think about how I feel.
I wasn't born into it, but I was raised as a Dallas Cowboy fan, and I can certainly appreciate other great teams and other great quarterbacks.
That's good. Good for you.
I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you. All right, guys. When we come back, let's get cracking. The expansion draft to stock the NHL's 32nd team in Seattle is tomorrow. So don't go anywhere. We're going to start breaking that down.
DMac already knows the players.
Tuning in to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Ever since Corey's been wearing this LeBron James jersey around the network, it's been falling down a lot.
And really, that's it. Dan Campbell is going to be the man for the Lions. Don't you agree, Corey? I didn't even touch you.
Would you like to win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Drake Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, mate.
Pork belly's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Try that out.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, guys, before we get to a Kraken, let's get to a little bit of breaking news with our good friend Andrew.
So we have two things of breaking news. The first is Detroit Tigers pitcher Spencer Turnbull. He was the guy to the no-hitter back in May. He'll undergo Tommy John. He'll miss the remainder of this season, and most likely he'll be out of all next season also.
That's horrible.
You thought it was who when you first heard
I thought it was first I cheered when
he thought it was a closer.
I thought it was Craig Kimbrell. I think it's a
Kimbrell.
crock of shit.
Yeah.
He's going to get dealt from the freaking Cubs, probably to the Red Sox. I didn't want to see him go there, but that's a Turnbull. That sucks.
Yeah.
Did you say you had two, Andrew?
Yeah. The second.
Did you have another one?
Yeah, dude. Greg Camp, he's the assistant coach of the Jets. He's in critical condition right now following his bike accident this weekend. So that's the latest update on him. He's in hospital critical condition.
Yep, and his family confirmed the accident.
Greg Knapp.
Yep, hopefully he's going to be okay. They're saying that he was hit by a single motorist There was no drugs, no alcohol involved. It was just a very, very tragic accident in a very busy intersection.
This is a guy that a lot of teams wanted to be.
I know.
They wanted to have him on. I remember the Lions interviewing him a few years back. I mean, that's a sad thing. He's 58, man. God bless him. I hope his health can pull him out of this.
Yep, I hope so too. And of course, his family and loved ones said that prayers are always appreciated. So we will keep you guys hopefully up to date on positive news there. It's tragic. That is absolutely tragic. I mean, he's scheduled to just come out east as rookies are expected to start reporting to training camp. So
Spencer Turnbull, that injury is terrible for the Tigers. I mean, this is a guy that he was going to either be part of this staff or they were going to deal him. And that's what they were talking about. I remember Lynn Henning coming on our show several times and saying that Spencer Turnbull is going to be a chip that you're going to trade for a hitter, maybe even this year. So this is not Al Avila's fault. Okay, this is I got to give him one on his side. This is not his fault. This guy could have turned into a pretty good batter, or something down the line, or maybe he could have just been on this pitching staff that they're putting together. That's turning out pretty good. Tarek Skubal goes tonight, and Casey Mize have been babying him 4 innings yesterday, only 1 hit. He gave up. I mean, the guy could have kept going. They were destroying the Rangers, but they take him out. They're watching them. They're doing their due diligence. So I'm sorry, Spencer.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we will certainly be keeping you guys up to date on that news. All right, DMac. So awesome. It's. I just want you to know that Jeremy on social media says, when DMac was part of the Red Wings, hockey was much easier for me to watch. Just saying.
Yeah, that's, the rules were a little different. There's a little bit more accountability, and our team was a little bit better than it is now, but we're on our way. And part of being on that way is what happens tomorrow night. Wednesday night, 32nd team, the Seattle Kraken enter the league, and what have we been talking about? Yes, it's the expansion draft. So the lists came out where the teams could protect 7, 8 forwards, 3, 4 defensemen, goaltender, depending on what it is. But a lot of it has to go through salary cap money and putting people on unprotected, right? So tomorrow night, this is in Seattle. They get to choose, right? So the rules of it, they have to choose up to 20 players and use $80-some million. So there's something to do with the All-Star team and everything else.
I'm sorry, Mac.
No, you're fine.
That was a bleeding ESPN ad. I apologize.
No, that's fine. But the big part is all the Seattle celebrities that are going to be there tomorrow if you're going to watch the expansion draft. Guys like Gary Payton, Marshawn Lynch, Sue Bird, Bobby Wagner, Lenny Wilkins, Sean Kemp, big in their Seattle Gasworks Park. So it's going to be big. Now, as far as what does this mean for Detroit Red Wings, there's 2 things that I really liked, or that I noticed off this list. Most importantly, yes, Giovanni Smith is a big part of this future. Steve Yzerman told me that himself on Sunday when he put him as one of the protected guys. Now, that makes me really happy, and it makes me see the direction that they're going. Now, guys that were left on the list, who are guys that we might lose? There's 2 guys, 1 forward and 1 D, and you can only lose 1 player. And to me, it's either going to be Troy Stetcher, who's a D-man, right-handed D-man, played well, good 4-5 guy, or it's Vladislav Nemestikov, who's Kazi's nephew, and only because he's so versatile. He can play every 3 position. He's one of their most consistent players and was last year. So it depends what Seattle wants to do, what Ron Francis wants to do, how to build his team. But if you look around the league, there's some big names out there. Vladimir Tarasenko. Who else?
Ovechkin.
Gabriel Landeskog. But Ovechkin.
He's a free agent, but nonetheless.
Right. So, which he's a free. They didn't have to protect him. But but again, when it comes to guys like this, they know that he wants to go back. Or because he's a free agent, you can have this conversation, and maybe he does want to go there. Another thing is we mentioned Shea Weber, where they say out of Montreal, and then Carey Price got left off the list. But they also say that he allegedly had his injuries. But a lot of it, from what you're hearing, is they're throwing out smoke and mirrors.
Now, Price's family, his wife's family, is from Seattle.
Right. So that could be something that he wants to go back there and play or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but we'll be able to talk about it if I hear anything tonight and breaking it down for tomorrow. But after this settles in, because then it means game on. Because the draft comes, then free agency comes, and we'll get to know a little bit more of what Steve Yzerman's thinking, or at least try to break it down. But I don't think there was really any surprises. Maybe the fact, there's wondering which goalie they protect, but they protected Thomas Greiss, who definitely, when you signed him last year, he was in the plans for the next couple of years. So something that addition by subtraction, and we'll feel it out, but I think there'll be some big names, and it'll be interesting to see what Seattle wants to sort of, make their base as.
Do you think this could be a playoff team next year?
You know what? If you look at some of the guys and some of the veteran guys, they're going to be competitive.
Yeah.
And looking at the team is like, I think they're probably be better than the Red Wings, but it's just because it's how it falls down. Depends on where you want to go. I played with Mark Giordano, who is the captain of the Calgary Flames, who's going to be unprotected. I'd pick him up in a second just for leadership and different ways. So, because I'm not involved.
You see the owner? It's Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yeah.
The big Hollywood producer.
Yeah.
Director.
He's always been around. We skate with him all the time. I've skated with him about 5 or 6 times. A huge hockey
That's
fan,
a great gig, man. I mean, I know years ago, the owners of the Phoenix Coyotes at the time, they wanted to go to Seattle.
Yeah.
And they got stuck in Arizona, and they're struggling. The NHL had to take that franchise over. They're not doing anything out there. It's just, I guess it dried up literally in the desert. I'm not sure if they're going to survive.
Well, they moved it out
there
to Glendale and where the football stadium was, and they're looking for draw, and I don't know. It's just, a tough market, I guess.
Mm.
But it's coming out, and they're going to be right there with the Vancouver Canucks. They're going to have a great rivalry. Seattle against Vancouver.
Yep.
That's what you want.
Yeah, just like in the WHL.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that a Kraken?
That's a Kraken.
That's a Kraken.
Getting released.
Pilar just jumped out of his seat again.
I was like, wait, when did you do
Stay
that?
woke, yo.
Yo, for real, though. That's right. My ear thing was a little too loud. I think I just blew my eardrum.
I'll turn it down next episode. Sorry.
I'm going to need a red light.
Tomorrow,
man.
Or
something on
we
that
bring
one.
that back tomorrow.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch, that's for sure. A lot
I'm
of
looking forward to that draft.
Me too.
And then Friday's the NHL draft.
What about Dennis Cholowski, Mac? You think he's in trouble to get picked?
I don't think so. I think they could, maybe if you're looking because of contract and because of potential, but that'd have to be somebody that you like already, right? I think Stetcher's, if they're gonna go D, is more solidified, but you never know. That's the big question. You don't know what Ron France, you don't know what they're thinking, but possibility. Like if it comes tomorrow and he's gone, oh okay. But I think he's number 3 out of those 3, if you were to make a list.
Gotcha.
Awesome. All right, guys. In more NHL talk and news, Nashville Predators prospect Luke Prokop came out on his Instagram saying that he is gay. The NHL has also supported him with a scholarship tweet as well. Let's check those out. I really do love to see the organizations really backing players.
Well, they have no choice nowadays. It's either get on board or you're not going to be in business. It's pretty simple. The NFL did it with Carl Nassib. Mm-hmm. NHL is now backing this kid, and why the hell not? He's just another human being that wants to be his own guy now. And put out Luke's picture, his tweet when he wanted to, and
very heartfelt.
Very heartfelt indeed.
And I'm happy that his family's supporting him, that his team is supporting him, his agents, everybody's in support of them. Now he's actually the first
NHLer under contract.
Yeah.
To come out and say that he is gay. If y'all want my honest opinion, it's kind of one of those things where the only reason why I think athletes at this time of our lives, where the world is today, should even come out is to help the younger generation that's really struggling with it. But honestly, I just feel that people's sex lives is nobody else's business.
Yeah, but you're not in a men's locker room.
But
I get that.
But
too,
I think you brought up the great point is that these gentlemen who are doing this realize how hard it was for them when they were younger, so they're trying to set an example no matter what it is, right?
Yeah.
Love who you love, do what you do. Obviously, it's the same sort of thing. It shouldn't determine on what type of athlete, because, dude, if you're an NHL type player, and I just think that, like you said, it's 2021. It ain't 1992.
Right. Like,
okay?
I almost
So
feel...
it's a different game. It's a different life. You know, the acceptance and the way that education on it, and just it's more acceptable in the mainstream. So I like the fact, just as a player, that guys, you know, sort of come out so that you can support them. And I saw Matt Duchene, teammate, come out and say, but I mean, dude, I got gay friends. You know, I got, you know, I have athletes, you know, that I didn't know were gay until later. But if you read his press clipping and say because he battled with it and it affected his game last year, you know, trying to hide something. So, you know, props to him.
Yeah.
You know, congratulations. And, you know, that's a big thing to be able to stand out ahead of. But, you know, and life's the way it is. You're not going to make everybody happy. Everybody's got their opinions, but at the end of the day, what anybody else thinks about you is none.
You remember Brian Burke's son, Brendan?
Yeah.
And he came out, he came out after the fact. And then the kid passed away in 2010, and Brian Burke, who was a big shot in the NHL, comes out, and he is a huge advocate right now, you know, and he's proud of his son, proud of what his son did.
Yeah.
And proud to speak up on it. And that was probably as close to a gay athlete speaking about the NHL since then. The kid that came out today, yesterday.
Yeah. You know, I almost think that, like, I'm very much in support of all the organizations that help, you know, the younger generation or the older generation, anybody that needs help with the mental anguish or navigating through this with somebody, so you can come out and tell your friends, your family, and you can feel accepted. But I also feel that there also needs to be more focus on the regular public to say, hey guys, y'all are the ones we're the ones that need to accept this, right? There needs to be education on everybody else that just says, just let people love who they want to love, and that's it. If you don't agree with it, cool, it's not your bedroom. Right? I mean, there needs to be some more education, I feel, just on people in general, just to say, hey, just let people be what they want to be and who they want to be and love what they want to love. And that's it. That's what it needs to come down to. But I love to see more and more players coming out for the need of wanting to support the younger generation. And I think it's very,
they're
very
supporting
helpful.
themselves, too, because they want to live their life.
Right? As you should. Who cares? Does it make you?
Well,
I mean,
it does.
If you like what you do in your bedroom,
they still have to go to work, Pilar.
No, I understand
in a locker
that.
room. So they're really they're really taking a chance.
I agree. I
really
understand what you're
taking a
saying, but I'm
chance.
saying, like, I wish it wasn't that way. I
But
wish
it
that there
is.
was. No, I know, but I wish we were like DMac was saying. This is 2021. This isn't like the 1950s. It would you think it was such a big deal if you were still playing and one of your teammates came out and said that he was gay, or you were going up against somebody and
no, but I mean, I also have gay in my family, and I mean, I grew up around. So I mean, my perception of it is different. You know what I mean? It's more of acceptance, and like I said, telling somebody yesterday, you know, as far as race or color or anything, that's about the fifth thing that I see on a person. Right? You're either an asshole or you're not an asshole, and I either want to be around you or not. It doesn't matter if you're gay, you're green, you're whatever. It's just what type of human being are you? And it's the same thing, is that you're gonna hear it, but you know what? The first time the kid messes up or whatever, it's because he made a mistake, not because of any sexual preference or whatever.
Right.
It's because he lost a draw.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, and that's the thing. I think that for these guys to come out now, I think it's more acceptable in the society where it will be understood and more accepted than it would 20 years ago.
Yep,
So
absolutely. So keep letting us know your thoughts on social media at Woodward Sports. So Amazon Prime's founder, Jeff Bezos, the most richest man in the world, and his crew blast off into space. First flight with humans on board the Blue Origin New Shepard. This was 11 minutes of supersonic joyride. We're going to cover that when we come back. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports at my favorite downtown Fenton, Bridge Street Exchange. Let's go check out their beautiful store. You know we love Michigan summers. Got to turn up on the lake. Pre-made mixed drinks. They even got their own beautiful Bridge Street Exchange t-shirts. I got mine on. Jewelry, they got you here. I got mine on. Titanium Buzz. If you're not quite ready to ask that big question yet with the jewelry, look nice for your girl. They got polos. And last but not least, the most comfortable shoes on the planet. Hey Dude. They're literally called Hey Dude. Shop here at Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. Support a locally owned business.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. So that was, what is it called? The Battle of the Billionaires into Space?
Yeah.
Is that what this is
Multi-billionaires.
now? Multi-billionaires. As
It's
Jeff
like going to Disney for
Bezos-
us.
Right? I
Literally.
mean,
It's like going to Disney for us.
how many people were tuning in to watch this? Do we know? Yes, what the...
I'm sure it was
With
I'm sure
lot
it
of
was pretty
people,
good.
because there
I
was-
saw it online when I was prepping for the show.
I'd say, yep, it was all over social media. 1 more hour, 30 minutes till the launch. So it consisted of Jeff and Mark Bezos, 82-year-old aviation pioneer Wally Funk,
the
and
oldest woman to ever go up into space.
18-year-old Oliver DeMann, who replaced the anonymous $28 million bidder. So
Yep.
now this is something where people can actually pay.
Yeah.
And you can go on this incredible joyride. But have they said what the actual price for it is going to be?
I don't know, but the guy that was going to go up offered $28 million. So he couldn't go. He had a different schedule. He's going to go on a future launch. So they picked this kid who was a partner of Bezos. He does a lot of business with him, overseas business. So this 18-year-old kid, Oliver, got to go on. I mean, Jeff was the first guy on the shuttle and the first guy off the shuttle with his little cowboy hat intact. Let's show you the landing. This is the landing of the what are they calling this thing? The Blue Origin New Shepard. That's the rocket called. Here it comes down to Earth again at 1 mile an hour.
Of floating before the activation of the skirt jet for a soft touchdown. At this point, there are sensors on board that are detecting how high they are above the ground. Multiple sensors, and just 6 feet above the ground, that cushion of air will puff, and they will have a soft touchdown, almost like just sitting in a chair. But I'm sure their adrenaline is pumping now.
Let's watch for a moment in case we're able to hear anything of what's happening on the ground as these astronauts, step out of that capsule. And there is a crowd around them. Let's listen in.
Congratulations, you're still a billionaire.
Right?
We didn't see it actually touch down, but it did touch down in a cloud of dust. And it came down nice and soft, just like he said, sitting on a rocking chair. And this is the day that NASA and the great Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin actually walked on the moon. Mac, you believe this? On this day in 1969 was Apollo 11.
Oh, that's why he did it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, what's the interesting thing is the fact that it's been 50 years and, sending things up to space, but nothing's gone to the moon or whatever like this. I don't get it, but it's like I didn't grow up and, wanting to go to outer space or stuff like that. But looks cool, but not my cup of tea. I can think of 28 million things I'd rather do with that money than go for a nice rep. But obviously the guy with $28 million has a lot more than that.
Right, and this is just
Would
something
you do
that's
it? Are you interested in that?
I loved space. As a kid, I loved it.
Would you like to do that little 10-minute trip up to the atmosphere and back down?
I probably would be shitting my pants, to tell you the truth. I'd be shitting my pants.
So there's, maybe when I was younger, I would have wanted to do it, but now that I'm so concerned about greenhouse gases and those kinds of things, I think it's a little selfish, so I probably wouldn't at this point. And it's just for 11 minutes, right, to go up and then come right back down. I mean,
well, it's always been a pride for the United States. The first people to walk on the moon. The U.S.
Yeah, but
space.
that's different.
I know.
You know what I mean? That's different.
But NASA, let's face it, it's basically gone out of business over the last 30 years. And I like us exploring space. I wish that we can keep going and doing things.
I agree with that.
So this is a start. This maybe gets it going again. Maybe this guy gives money to NASA and to go to make things better.
I mean, that would be great. And
what else
do
is he
know
going to do with all that money?
I know he's the richest man on the planet.
Oh my God! How can you spend that?
You can't. So you're taking these crazy joyrides into space for 11 minutes. But and according to everything that I've read, that this is the cleanest technology that is available for a spaceship.
Sure.
But it doesn't really say that it's not impactful to the environment.
Well, you use hairspray, don't you?
I don't.
Okay.
Stay woke, yo. And those aerosol cans with the NSFs and all that stuff or whatever, those have been long gone. I think since like the 80s.
So what are you worried about this then for? Don't you think they corrected all those problems?
Oh, no. I mean, this still lets out all kinds of harmful gases. And I just think this is a guy who's pledged, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars to try and find solutions for our climate problems and then doing this. It's not like the 11-minute joyride. It's not like that's exploring space. I'm all for exploring space. I love space, and I love learning more about the planets and finding new planets and seeing if there is life on other planets. But this is just a really rich man's joyride.
Well, you know who watched this as well? I know you guys are all going to be interested in this. It's O.J. Simpson. And so O.J. Simpson today was out, checking out, the launch. I figured you guys wanted to hear what O.J. thought about this and a couple of other things as well.
Hey, Twitter world, it's me, yours truly. Well, spent this morning watching Mr. Bezos and his trip into outer space, which is, he went over 62 miles, which is officially outer space. But I got to admire his courage and Branson's courage, because I know there's no way you could get me on that much explosive material for an 11-minute ride. I'm sorry. I put it right up there with swimming with sharks and cliff climbing. I know I ain't going to do it, but I sure admire their courage. And reminds me of, I was a history major, and it reminds me of what I used to think of people like Columbus and Leif Erikson and these guys headed west on the sea, not knowing what to expect. At least these guys could see where they were going. And anyway, congratulations. Football. Today, the Dallas Cowboys, the first team to go into camp. And I was talking to a buddy of mine in my league this morning, and I was telling him that the Dallas Cowboys is going to be the highest scoring team in fantasy football, at least, and maybe all of football. He totally disagreed. He said it's going to be Tennessee. I said, are you kidding me? Gallup, Cooper, Lamb, Elliott, Prescott, and a total healthy offensive line. And the difference between them and Tennessee's got pretty decent defense. From what I can see, Dallas doesn't have much of a defense, so they're going to have the pedal to the metal the whole game. It ain't going to be running the clock out in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to be putting the ball in the air, and they're going to be in some shootouts. So I'm looking forward to hopefully picking up a couple of those Dallas Cowboy offensive players for my Fantasy football. Jesus, I think we draft in a little over a month now, and I just can't wait. Hey, please, get your shots. Look what's happening at the Olympics and in baseball and everywhere. Come on, guys. Get your shots. I'm just saying.
Facts from OJ. I just figured little OJ.
What is your obsession with him?
He seems like a really nice guy.
He is.
Other than the fact that he murdered someone.
Exactly.
But
He's got
that
one
aside,
fault.
he seems like a really nice guy. Like I feel like if I met him, I'd really grow to love him. And maybe I would take him over Maz.
You
but
might.
I'd have to meet him.
I would.
I can't believe
I'd
you
have to
would
meet
go
him.
on a deserted island with O.J. Simpson.
Did you not see the video? Did you not see the video?
Exactly,
He seems like a nice guy.
Fish. See?
I try to block out the bad stuff that he did
Exactly.
and just think about. Did you not watch the video?
I did watch the video.
Did you not see how happy
He makes
looked?
no sense.
He
makes
seems
no
like
sense.
a
Fish. He was.
He
He
seems
was
like a funny guy.
He got off. He was innocent, right?
He thinks the
was
Cowboys are going to
innocent.
be the best offense in football. He's
Yeah, I mean,
innocent.
I'm not
he said that
necessarily.
the offense.
I'm not saying his opinion was right, but I'm saying he'd be a fun guy to. On
said
an
they're gonna
island,
put up
I
the
don't
most-
care if your opinion's wrong.
He
That
said-
tree's brown. That's fine. That tree's brown.
What?
Yeah, but he said that the Dallas Cowboys are going to put the most points in offense. He's talking about his fantasy football team because their defense sucks. That's what it was last year. I mean, Dak Prescott was putting up 40 fantasy points a game because they had no other choice but to sling the heck out of the ball because their defense sucked. So that was just the way it was. I mean,
Jake
but I just
Wagner
wanna know
on
what your
YouTube.
obsession with him is.
Well, he was my favorite player growing up. Anyway, Jake Wagner, OJ preaching for people to get jabbed. The irony, he says. The irony. Anyway.
That is very ironic. No, I would say I like OJ, but I definitely would not agree with Maz. I think he did kill someone. Yes, he was innocent, but
I didn't say he didn't kill anyone. I said he was innocent.
Well, that's neither
yeah,
here
but
nor
you
there.
say he didn't kill anyone. You say he's
in
innocent.
the past. I just want to know why Tom Azaway loves him. It's like
I'm not
there
saying
was a
he's innocent,
There was
but
a
I like
time
him.
where we were like doing our daily dose of Dan, right? Dan
Orlovsky.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now it's like our daily dose of OJ.
Not daily, but, I do find him, and
A lot.
got to see what OJ likes to talk about.
By the way, Maz, where
and
is he
like
right
chuckles. You're the only person in the room that's like really getting a hardcore chuckle. We're like, what is he even saying? Like, he's making no sense. He's just rambling.
I don't know what to tell you.
Maz,
Try to
where
have
does
fun.
he?
Stick together.
Try to have fun.
Stick together.
Where does he live, Maz? Do you know where
He's
he
in
lives?
LA.
Is it- Oh, okay. I thought he was in Florida for
He
some
could be
reason.
in Florida, too. You
Okay.
never know.
I could see him as
He's
a
still looking
Florida
for the
guy,
killer.
huh? Right. Stop it.
Still looking for the killer.
All right,
I have more
guys.
Deshaun Watson news. We never got to
Yes,
it.
so
let's talk
stick
about
around.
that.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk Deshaun Watson when we come back. Another guy who got quiet, and now somebody's got to stir the pot. Huh, Tom Azaway?
Oh, yeah.
All right, don't go anywhere. You guys are tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
You know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 five-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Morning, Art. Morning, DMac.
Good, Mike.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, guys, so Deshaun Watson is in the news again, but this time it's not even him. It is attorneys. Attorneys always trying to stir the pot.
Tony
right?
Busby, yes, the lawyer that's handling the 22 cases against Deshaun Watson. Went on vacation with his wife. Actually, it was a honeymoon. And this was his quote. This is Tony Busby on Instagram via Twitter. He says, "I'm not a big spa guy. I abhor someone I don't know touching me. But I had been at the beach, had some time to kill while Frances had her spa time. So at her urging, I had what they called a grounding massage here at the resort. 90 minutes worth. It was actually nice and relaxing. I fell asleep. But note, here's where he goes into it. It was professional. I made no weird demands. I didn't grind around on the table. I never fully disrobed. And I never acted like an entitled, horny teenage boy. I'm also quite sure Tina, my massage professional, didn't feel threatened, degraded, or uncomfortable in any way. After all, massage therapy is a legit profession made up of trained professionals trying to earn an honest living, and that's how it should be. So there you go. Busby has barely stopped talking about the cases when they were filed in March, but he has gone silent since. First time we've heard from him.
He's gone, but this is the whole thing about he needs to bring it back up. Haven't we not mentioned it on our show? Where's the Deshaun news?
Right.
Where's the Deshaun news? That's good lawyering. No matter what it is, if you're in some case, he's bringing it in front because people forget. You know, it's not yesterday's news, and it's getting too quiet and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's obviously the taste of it, but that's lawyering. That's lawyering, and he's trying to bring it back up. So if we hear something about it in the next few days, Maz, if you hear something that's going on, either progress or they're going to make a decision or something by the end of the week, then this guy did his job.
Yeah.
I think we're just starting to hear some trade rumors.
I would say, today
Again.
on yahoosports.com, according to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo, Miami Dolphins are interested in him. Carolina Panthers are interested in him. The Broncos are interested in trading for him, and the Philadelphia Eagles are interested in trading for him. So that was just on the reports of today. But I do think it's kind of not cool for the attorney to make statements like that. I mean, this is still a sensitive matter, and I don't think that he should be making fun of the situation.
But he's not. He never
He's
mentioned
not making
Deshaun
fun
Watson.
of the situation. He's bringing it back up because
Right,
the
but
situation's gone quiet.
Right.
So whatever, he's being a lawyer. If you didn't think this guy was a bit of a freaking douche when he started this thing or whatever, but at the end of the day, good, bad, or indifferent, right, wrong, or indifferent, no matter what, there needs to be. The league has everybody's gone quiet on this, so
Right.
I implore him.
But don't you think, though, that if he wanted to be a good attorney, he should work more on trying to get this court case?
But obviously, Pilar,
And
what are
put
you
him
not
in
seeing
court.
here? That obviously he's frustrated that it's not going anywhere, so he's going to what he needs to do as a lawyer and put it in
To the media?
to the public.
To the public?
Yes, because that's so to me that says that there's probably roadblocks or the due diligence by the league or whatever else, right? To the fact that get to a conclusion because it's still out in the air as to what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, we're still waiting to see, and I don't disagree with what you're saying as far as this whole investigation has taken a lot longer. I mean, we're staring at the start of the season, and we still don't know what is going to happen here.
And
with
here's
Deshaun
the whole
Watson.
thing. Don't get it wrong, right? Because him being like that, so let's get all the evidence out so we can clear Deshaun Watson's name or we know what's going on so we can move on from this. It's just this black hole that always...
Right.
There has to be, obviously, they're working on this case diligently. We just don't hear about it. And TMZ hasn't caught wind of it yet. We're gonna hear something break because football starts this weekend, basically.
Yeah.
Teams are already reporting. The first game is 16 days away, the NFL Hall of Fame game, Cowboys and Steelers from Canton. So things are going to happen one way or the other. Either going to have to put him on leave like Trevor Bauer, going to pay him or not pay him, or
They can put him on the exemption
list, or they're going to let him play this year and wait till his trial next year, or they're going to tell him, I don't know what they're going to tell him. Those are the only two choices, I guess.
I don't know what they're going to tell him at this point, right? All right, guys, let's
Or
do
you could
something.
buy him out. I mean,
What do you mean,
I'm just
like-
saying, if you're saying that there's other choices, but there's...
I don't think they'd pay him all that money. I think
Yeah.
they might get away with not paying him, if anything.
For
I
sure.
get it. So that's why you want... There's something that's going to be... I got a feeling that there's going to be a decision made before he steps back on a ball field.
I would hope so. Right?
So,
You
and
would
that
hope
might
so.
be suspended
Especially before
with
they-
pay, right?
Right.
Suspended with pay and then to the trip.
Well, Trevor Bauer right now is to the end of the month with pay. Now,
Right.
what happens after that, I don't know. The guy makes $1.5 million a week right now. That's what he makes during baseball season. So he's still getting paid.
That
he
is
just made
crazy.
$3 million in the last 2 weeks and didn't throw a ball.
That's
so
crazy.
He's
Yeah.
doing all right, just waiting for his turn. But tonight,
Well, I would hope that they would come to some
Yeah.
type of an agreement with what's going to happen to Deshaun Watson's football career before he does get traded.
But tonight we got the NBA Finals, game number 6. Two good teams going at it. The Suns desperate, and the Bucks could put them away. They're 5-point favorites. Mac, this tells me.
Well, what do you say?
If it looks too good, you got to take it. So I wrote that I'll tell you my pick in a little while, but I'll go against the grain. But they want you to take the Suns, obviously, plus the points. Oh, they're desperate. They have to win this game.
Do you hear that? What's the place outside? The Deer
District. Check this
Deer
out.
District.
Oh, my
they're
God.
Put this picture up from Joe Pompliano. They're going to let 65,000 people out of the Deer District, 3 or 4 times the amount of people that are in that building. And like we talked, we cannot wait to see that outside of Comerica. Not Comerica, outside of the Little Caesars Arena with that big screen out there in that courtyard when the Pistons are good or when the Red Wings are good again.
Yeah.
Detroit can look forward to that. But tonight, man, who you got, Mac?
I like Milwaukee finishing it off tonight. The big thing, I said this, the change the series around was putting Drew Holiday on Chris Paul and just messing up the rhythm of the backcourt and Booker and Paul. So I think this is set up for whoever. If Milwaukee's going to win the series, it'll be tonight, and if Phoenix is, it'll be at home in Game 7. So Milwaukee needs this one, and why not in front of their fans? First time since in 51 years.
Your Suns have never won a championship.
Yeah, I know, but you want to do it at home then. So let Milwaukee win it this year, and the Suns can win it next year. I don't know.
I mean, but will they?
I don't.
You can't.
What happens to Chris Paul?
I don't care. I don't care, Pilar. If it doesn't say Pistons,
how about poor Chris Paul?
Enough.
Don't you feel bad for him?
Well, yeah, but
he's been shut down.
What?
Your guy has shut him down.
I know.
Yeah.
Right, and there's no answer from the Suns or getting any help of other things, and he pressed and tried to do too much himself. So will I feel bad for him? Yeah, but I mean, there's got to be a winner or loser. Play harder.
I feel like, the Chris Paul thing was just more of the Cinderella story. Everybody really wanted him to finally get that championship, but did we underestimate
it's two different series.
The
The first 2 games and the last 3 games are two different series.
It's
so.
2 plays this series, if you ask me, and they're both from Giannis. The block, and then the dunk in the last game.
Yeah,
from a pass from Drew Holiday's pass.
Yeah, but you
2 plays.
Right.
And he played on one leg in this series.
Can we not say since after the second game, when Milwaukee's down 2-0, that right now is Giannis? You understand everything about why this kid is as valuable a player as he is and winning that MVP. He's showing it because he's also showing that he's got it deep down, man. So I think tonight when you have it deep down and you're supposed to be that good.
True superstar.
Right, but this is tonight when if you have that chance, you're at the top of that mountain, and if you can get up there, right, in this shot because of the ups and downs, because of the injury, because of not, he's the first one that said when I went down with that injury, I thought I was done. So Giannis is
So
phenomenal.
I do want to point something out that somebody on social media is bringing to our attention. Charles on Facebook says Chris Paul is already talking about the head official tonight, who when he referees Paul's record is
Scott Foster. Scott Foster's refereeing tonight.
Yeah.
Pistons Talk put that out. Scott Foster for Finals MVP. Nice job,
true, though.
man.
And somebody else just wrote he's taking the Bucks and Foster. So.
Well, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said Bucks in 6 when they were down 2-0. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. What happened to Suns and 4 guy?
With
what
so
happened to that
much
guy?
attention, though, on this, you would feel that the refs are going to be, hey, let's make it a clean game. When everybody's talking about it, to this point, you can't go in there and say, oh, nobody's going to take notice to what I'm doing, right? You would think that it's going to be a clean game. You would hope.
Well, you don't think, obviously, but do you not think when it was 10 or 9 or whatever, the last game or whatever, the spotlight's on? So, maybe Chris Paul goes in there thinking that he deserves, that he's getting screwed, so he's mentally checked out to begin with.
Maybe. That'd be terrible.
Ryan's reaction is yapping at me. It says, I don't see WSN taking it into consideration while announcing 65K capacity, vaccine-required event. That's what this is supposed to be.
It is a vaccine required.
So what is everyone doing? Showing their vaccine? Showing their cards, Ryan?
No, right.
Is that what they're doing?
That's just something, obviously things have opened up. COVID cases are starting to go up. I just saw right now in the Detroit Free Press, It says Michigan reports 1,028 new COVID-19 cases, 14 deaths over a 4-day period. So it's gonna be expected. I think that people know the risk in going to these events, and they understand that, hey, even if you're vaccinated, you can still get it. I just think that the pandemic fatigue has really gotten to a lot of people. But yep, I mean, look, the only thing you can do is just hope everybody stays safe and healthy and responsible. There's no way people are going to maintain their 6 feet apart rule. That's just not going to happen.
It's not even 6 inches.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. No. You know, so, and you hope that everybody's being honest and
show that picture
vaccinated, but it's a lot of people.
I don't think they're 6 feet apart. I could pretty much guarantee you that. You could zoom in on it, Alex.
Nobody's 6 feet apart. Are you kidding me? And once there's drinking involved, you're like you said, 6 inches apart. So, all right, guys. So that is who we got. Who else has got? Before the end of the show, we got who you like. I'm taking the Bucks too. I hate to say it. I feel so bad. I'd really love to see Chris Paul win a championship.
I put a little bet in. I took the Suns +5 and the under 222. I put a parlay together. I think the Suns will stay close. I think they'll lose, though. Take the Suns +5, under 222.
All right,
so Alex, that means take the Bucks in the over.
Yeah, Maz and DMac are looking at the points and the spread and all that stuff. I'm looking at the head official, Scott Foster. It's a done deal tonight. Bucks and 6. They're taking it.
Yeah. Fish, who you like?
So the Olympics technically start Friday, but they start today. The first games is tonight. So I'm taking Australia over Italy in softball.
All right.
And then you're taking Bucks.
I'm taking the Bucks.
Okay, well, I also have you taking USA over Sweden in women's football /
perfect.
soccer. So.
All right. So there you have it, guys. I thought you took the Bucks too.
I was gonna say, since I'll be at the ballpark, you might as well throw a parlay Bucks and Tigers.
Oh.
Bucks and Tigers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right,
Tarek
guys.
Skubal.
So that is who we like. Thank you so
D-Max
much to everybody
tonight.
for joining us here on The Hook. Showing us your love and support on our social media at Woodward Sports. Make sure that you are downloading the app. You can find it in the Apple Store. You can find it in the Android Store. For Andrew, for Alex, for Fish, for Tom Mazaway, and DMac, I'm Pilar Laster. We'll see y'all tomorrow, everybody. Have a good night.
Go Suns.